It's me, SoReal187, bringing you, my viewers, another Beast gameplay, and I'm going to be telling you, my viewers, about a time my brother made a great mistake of taking a knife on a school bus. This is how it happened. School was over, and they had, within our school, they have a yearly thing that they do. They take some kids from school to a carnival, like a circus sort of thing, where we see clowns and lions and stuff like that, all that big shows, big top TP shows, whatever. And since my uncle run the school bus garage, he always took me and my brother along with the trip. He was ahead of the school bus garage, and he allowed us to go every year. But unfortunately, the last time was the last time we was ever allowed to go again because of what my brother done. He took a knife. Now, I have a little bit of guilt towards this because me and my cousin was encouraging this. We was daring each other to take knives. Now, I took a little pocket knife, a little Swiss Army knife with scissors, the toothpick with a file, and a Coca-Cola cap opener. And back then, it isn't as heard of kids taking weapons to school, and they wouldn't even consider that wrong. I'm pretty sure if someone takes a Swiss Army knife on a school bus or even school right now, they would jump all over them because it's so often heard about now, and so many bad things going on. But the little pocket knife wasn't nothing. I knew it wasn't nothing. But my brother, oh my God, he did not only take he didn't take no pocket knife. He didn't take just a little old normal knife. He took, Rambo, those hunting knives with gadgets on one side, it has a compass on the other, on the end of the handle. He took one of those things. Now, I thought right at the last minute my brother would back out. My cousin, he backed out. He said he was just joking around about doing it, and so he didn't do it. I begged, and my cousin begged him to change his mind, to not go through with it. But my brother, he done got in his head that he was going to do it, and he did it. He took it. I told him, said, my brother, you take this. Both of us, me and my cousin, looked at him and said, you take this, we're not going to feel no guilt that we was pressuring you into doing it, that because we was joking around, we gave you the warning. And I even laid it out what was going to happen to my brother. I told him, what you're going to do is, he had it stuffed in his shoe, up under his pants legs, and I told him, if no one notices that it's protruding from your leg, your foot, you're going to get uncomfortable because it's a long drive. It's more than a 2-hour drive, and it's going to get uncomfortable. It's going to rub against him. The feeling of the leather, the case of that wallet was going to rub against the skin, and it's going to make him itch. And I knew that it was going to be unbearable for him to keep it there. And he did it. I told him, you're going to take it out. A kid is going to see it. A kid is going to want to hold it. He's not going to tell on you until he doesn't get his way. And sure enough, that's what happened. A kid seen it. My brother wasn't even showing it off. The kid didn't get his way. He wanted to hold it. And that kid hollered, knife, knife, knife. So, and like I told you, back in the day, my dad was very not very good as a father, very highly tempered, very violent. So I can't quite remember if they turned the bus around or they went on with the trip. I want to say they went on with the trip. They just commandeered the knife, and when we got back, my dad done knew about it, my mom done knew about it, and my dad literally picks my brother up by the shoulder and slams off of his feet, picks him up off of his feet and slams him into the car and tells him to get inside. And I knew my brother was in for the beating of his life, and sure enough it was. And I was feeling, and when we got home, my dad took my brother inside, told me and my mom to stay the hell outside until he said come back in. And I could hear my brother yelling for help, crying. And I was telling my mom, I need to tell my dad something, so he won't be so rough for my brother, because I need to tell him that that he was, sort of dared to do it because of me and my cousin. I felt guilty, even though I said I wouldn't, even though I told him that he should not do it, and I told him I was going to be guilt-free. I still felt a little guilt. I still wanted to save my brother from such a hard ass whooping. So even if it meant for me to get an ass whooping myself, I was gladly do it. At least it wouldn't be so hard on my brother and only on my brother. And I went inside with my mom. She agreed to maybe we should tell him, because I explained everything to her. And sure enough, as soon as we walked inside, my dad was over my brother. My brother could not even stand on his feet. He was holding him up by his arm, one arm, just lashing at him. And the sight of it infuriated me. So I took off my jacket like I was going to fight my dad and defend my brother. And I tried to, and he looked at me and said, you threatening to fight me? You threatening to attack your... And I looked at him and I shook my head, yes. And then my mom started explaining to him that he said, well, my knife was acceptable. And they say that was it. I did save my brother from a worse beating that he would have gotten. Nothing happened to me, but we never was allowed to go. Well, my brother was banned. I could have went, but I chose to not go for sake of my brother, because I know he would feel a little lost or disappointed that he ain't allowed to go. So I choose to stay behind and not go again. Do not take knives on school buses or school kids. If you're in school, do not take weapons to school.